So you can rotate. So whatever leg is up, you gotta rotate. There you go. Whatever leg is up, that's the side you're gonna do. So kind of hard to move around on. That's why if you get a medicine ball, dense, won't collapse on you. It's a little bit easier. It's easier to rotate on and move around on. Only there. Yeah, it won't radiate. It won't radiate. If it hurts there and you do a movement and it goes down or up, it is no longer a muscle issue. It is a nerve issue. If it's a nerve issue, go to the doctor, please. Why? First thing, that's the easiest thing. If it radiates either direction, up or down, it's a nerve problem, nerve issue. If it lasts or lingers, go to the doctor. Go get checked out. If it's temporary, just there and it goes away in a day, it could be a muscle that got inflamed. You worked out too hard. That muscle now is bumping up against that nerve and causing that pain. If it goes away in a day, probably not a big issue. If it lasts more than 3 or 4 days, doctor time.
You know, anything for rounded shoulders that need pull?
What's that?
The rounded shoulders, you know, you work on the computer.
Rounded shoulders?
Yeah.
That's going to be a stretching issue. So you want to open up your chest girdle and stretch. Do movements that are going to do rowing movements to strengthen your back, and then stretch your chest. That's going to prevent the rounded shoulder, protect your girdle. Any questions on the back?
So is this only for the upper back or the full back?
Upper and mid back.
Okay.
It's just right there. The other one where you're laying vertical is for the full back. So there's 2 different ones. Laying vertical, going to get all the back. Laying horizontally against it, just upper back. Smaller ball, more painful. Smaller that object is,
Ping pong ball.
that's probably something different. Anyway, the smaller the area, it's going to put more focus on that one spot. Bigger area, it's going to cover bigger area. So, same setup. You're going to sit on it. This one's a little flat. Bring the leg up, and here you get to rotate. A little more, you get a little more freedom, a little easier to balance on. Especially the new ones are going to start slipping on you if you're wearing what type of pants you're wearing. So this isn't the most ideal ball. You want something that's not going to give when you put your weight on it, but it'll work.
Bowling ball. Bowling ball will hurt.
I'll let you try that one first.
Basketball?
Basketball work, yeah. As long as it doesn't, you just don't want it to deflate on you when you sit on it. If it's properly inflated, it's going to hold you. It'll work. Fitness ball, too soft. Okay. You don't want anything soft. You want something smaller, something no bigger than that size. So basketball would probably be the biggest one to go. All right. My favorite. Who's been to a chiropractor before? So this is my chiropractor. If you have back issues, this is the one time you do not want to do this. You have low back, if you're like herniated disc, or bulging disc, or fused discs, I want to stay away from this exercise. If you don't, then I'll go for it.
So if you have anything or what?
If you have any back complications, you've got a back surgery, herniated discs, ruptured discs,
Don't do it at all?
don't do it at all.
Okay.
Don't do it at all.
Why?
Because you can torque your back if you do it improperly. So, first one is do lengthwise. You're gonna sit your butt on it, and then lower yourself across it. So it's now right down the middle of your spine. From here, bring the arm across your body, and then shift your weight. And it's going to be in between your shoulder blade and you rock back and forth. And switch sides. This one is a little bit tougher to do because you have to balance. Look at how often, first few times you'll get here and you fall off.
Where does your neck rest?
You can put your actual neck on your one. Just rest your head. You just rotate. So that's back exercise number 1. The adjuster, back exercise number 2. You're going to place it middle of your back, arms come across the chest, hips up. And then you're going to rotate up and down the top part of your back. You can take a deep breath, cross your arms, and exhale. And you might actually get some pops and cracks, and your back may adjust. It's not a bad thing, it's a good thing. Just putting everything back in proper alignment. So, there's a couple back exercises you can do on this.
So can you go on your neck? Do you recommend going on your neck?
No, never go on your neck. Because when you get here, one, use your wrist being in that position, which is really bad. Puts a lot of tension, a lot of force through the cervical spine. So you want to get, basically you're going from the middle of your back to your shoulder blades, middle back, shoulder blades. This is just for upper back. So basically from here to there. It's where a lot of, call it the thoracic area. The thoracic spine gets a lot of rotation. So what happens, if you do a lot of rotational stuff, that will help bring the spine back in the proper line. The best way probably would be if you get a softball or a baseball or crossball, a ball, I mean, just because you're getting in the joint. Because foam rollers are actually too big. But if you wanted to, you can get on your chest and kind of roll back and forth. But I usually prefer not to do with this, grab a softball or something like that, and actually go up against a wall and apply pressure there, and then up and down, move it around. Good workout. So you're in this position. Yeah. So low back. So good one for that one is going to be the lengthwise. Just kind of sit back high, just kind of let everybody kind of just relax. Here, and just relax. And fall asleep. What this is doing is opening up the chest girdle, and it's also applying pressure through the spine to help relax the lower back. The other one would be to get into the glutes. And do the pure front.
Is there one that will help with like tendonitis in the elbow, or?
There's no really, that one's just going to be massage, pretty much. So you'll get into the areas when I find that tender spot, massage. And you don't need a massage very long, 5 minutes. 5 minutes. That'll relieve some of that tension there. It's more of a muscular strength issue. So we're using one muscle group than the other group. So you're getting a lot of pain through the top of the arm right here, longer weak, or it's either two things. They're either going to be weak or they're going to be tight. If they're tight, you can breathe the stretch, lock out the elbow. When you do the stretch, never do it with a bent elbow. The muscles cross two joints. So in order to stretch a muscle, you have to block out the joint that it crosses. So if it crosses two joints, you have to lock out two joints. Lock out the elbow. Then
You already had the stretching seminar?
Yep.
It's the,
That was last month, but maybe we'll do another one. Any questions?
So there's basically the fascias over all the muscles.
Yes. So you have your muscles, and then in order to separate the muscles from the other muscle, it's fascia.
Like the soft tissue. Okay. And then basically all the muscles or all the fascias we can access are basically skin, fascia, muscle. Because
You can't get
get foam roll from the inside.
Yeah, you can't basically, yeah. You can probably dig. A good massage therapist will be able to get some internal fascia. It's very painful, but they'll actually, you can actually separate some of the ab muscles and get in deep, and in the back as well. Get underneath the shoulder blade. It's very painful.
So it's kind of a combination muscle and myofascial when they're doing that. So anything that we can find with, like you were talking about leaning against the wall with the ball, any place we can find that works is legitimate.
Yes.
Or is- okay.
You don't have to do it in the facility. I think the foam rollers are like $20 online. They won't put it at home. Put it at your office. You can do foam rolling anywhere. If any implement. It doesn't have to just be a foam roller. You can do tennis ball, lacrosse ball, basketball.
And is the main problem that the muscle is attached to the fascia or the fascia is attached to the skin?
The fascia sticks to the muscle.
That's usually where the problem is going.
So the fascia allows the skin movement to go, not be attached to the muscles. Muscles are very sticky. They tend to be really sticky. So that fascia helps the skin to not be stuck to the muscle. All right. Last but not least, my favorite. Top of the head. Oh no. Top of the head. We're not going to foam roll over top of the head. Be interesting. Anybody want to try?
No.
No, so just like I said, the feet have your fascia that goes up the back, top of the head, down to the neck, upper back, to the mid-back. Neck tension, shoulder tension, back tension. Start rubbing the middle of your head and work that little calf right there. Takes a little while, but you can actually get into the fascia and help relax through the neck. There's no foam rolling for the neck. Oh. But what you can do is you can get the fascia working to help relax, and then you can stretch. People are in here with a stretch seminar knows this. You apply a little pressure to the top of your head, let the opposite arm just hang down to get a little more pressure. You can hold on to something or a weight to apply pressure this way and stretch out the neck. That will help out tremendously. You're gonna look a little funny if you're at the office and you're going like this.
Monkey style.
Yeah. George down all day. I don't go there. Something weird going on. But it does work. But it does take a little bit longer. So if you're gonna do, and I said about a minute and a half, 2 minutes from the feet, it's gonna take about 5 minutes for the top of the head. So we'll be there scratching it for a while. So you don't look really weird. You have lights or something.
Travis, is it important to kind of like move around?
Yes. I usually start in the middle and then work my way back to the crown of your back of your head. You don't have to go to the neck. It's not necessary. Just that 4 inch section right there. Just walk around, start here, just kind of apply pressure and kind of work your way back out. This one you do, I don't really do this one before exercise. I do this one if I ever start getting like neck pain, upper shoulder pain. I'll do this to help loosen things up and then stretch. This is the stretching one. Oh, you can start stretching. There's not going to be really big sense of the spot. You're not going to be able to say, oh, that's the fascia. This one, you might feel something, but most important because the fascia is really, really thin because it's just sitting on top of the scalp. And the other way to activate it is actually pulling your hair slightly. A slight pull on the hair is to actually lift the epidermis, your skin layer, off the fascia. You don't have to pull. You don't have to pull. We're just kind of grab and just gently pull, and that's going to help lift the fascia off, or lift the skin off the fascia.
I can't do that one.
Yes, that's another good one too, to help alleviate stress from that.
So does this lend itself also say to like a golf ball or something that doesn't like the spine?
If you want to, you want to try it out, go for it.
Well, it's easier to control the pressure, right?
Yeah,
With your
yeah.
hand, but I mean, is that same or better?
You might give yourself a headache.
Okay, fine. It might be too much pressure. So, because it's really, we're talking about the scalp, which is really just basically grabbing your top of your fingertips and basically just rubbing back and forth.